Now, come to the new topic dracunculosis. Dracunculosis or guinea worm. It is a disease, is a vector-borne parasitic disease, mainly of the subcutaneous tissues, usually leg and foot, caused by the nematode parasites. Dracunculus melanosis, although not lethal, this parasitic disease can disable its victim temporarily. Now, what are the problem statement? Progress toward the elimination of dracunculosis in the past decade has been spectacular, with the number of cases falling worldwide from an estimated 892,005 in 1989, when the most endemic countries began to report monthly cases from each endemic village, to a total of the 148 cases in 2013, compared with 2012. 542 cases are recorded. The largest decline in the number of cases occurred in South Sudan. At present, only Ethiopia, Mali, Chad, Sudan, and South Sudan are reporting cases. In India, the last reported cases was in July 1996. On completion of 3 years of zero incidents, India was declared free of guinea worm disease. Natural history. Agent. The adult parasite inhabits the subcutaneous tissue mainly of the legs, but also of other parts of the body, including the head and neck. The female grows to a length of 55 to 120 centimeter, and the male is very short, only 2 to 3 centimeter. The gravid female makes its way down to the infected person's lower limb near the skin surface. There it penetrates into the dermis and induces an inflammatory reactions and subsequent blister formation. Upon contact with water, the blister soon ruptures and the parasite releases up to 1 million microscopic free swimming larvae into water. The larvae may remain active in water for 3 to 6 days. They are picked up by small freshwater crustaceans called cyclops. The larvae required a period of about 15 days for development in cyclops, which is the intermediate host. Man acquires infection by drinking water containing infected cyclops. In the human body, digested by gastric juice, the parasites are released. They penetrate the duodenal wall. Subsequently, they migrate through the viscera to the subcutaneous tissue of the various parts of the body. They grow into adult in 10 to 14 months. Now, there is a reservoir of infection. An infected person harboring the gravid female, the possibility of an animal reservoir exists but not proved. Next, host factors. Host susceptibility is universal. Multiple and repeated infections may occur in the same individual. The habit of washing and bathing in surface water and using step well is important. Environmental factors. The main link in the transmission of guinea worm disease is water infested with cyclops. The risk of transmission exists where such cyclops infested water sources are frequented by infected persons. Seasons. The seasonal variations in the incidence of the disease are marked, where the step well are the source of water supply. Peak transmission occurs during the dry season, March to May, when the contact between open cases of guinea worm disease and the drinking water is the greatest, and there is a little transmission when the well are full during and after rains. Where the ponds are used, transmission appears to be confined to June-September, when the ponds contain water. Temperature. The larvae develop best between 25 to 30 degrees centigrade and will not develop below 90 degrees centigrade. Therefore, the disease is limited to tropical and subtropical regions. Now, come to the mode of transmission. The disease is transmitted entirely through the consumption of water containing cyclops harboring the infective stages of the parasite. Guinea worm disease is a totally water-based disease and does not have an alternate pathway of transmission. Treatment. No drug cures the infection, but metronidazole and mebendazole are sometimes used to limit inflammation and facilitate worm removal. Wet compresses may relieve discomfort. Occlusive dressing improves hygiene and limit shedding of infectious larvae. Worms are removed by sequentially rolling them out over a small stick. When available, simple surgical procedure can be used to remove worm. Topical antibiotics may limit bacterial superinfection. Eradication. Guinea worm disease is amenable to eradication. The eradication strategy comprises the following elements: provision of safe drinking water, that is the piped water, installation of hand pumps, health education of the public in matter relating to boiling or serving drinking water through a double thickness cotton cloth for personal protection and prevention of water contamination by infected persons.